everyone, this is Michael Cheek with Mike's Guitar Lessons, and today we're going to start Any Way You Want It by Journey. We're just going to learn the intro here, and the chords differ somewhat from the verse, but they have the same feel, so you could possibly use these chords during the verse if you wanted to. And at first glance they may kind of sound like power chords, or when you first listen to them, but they're actually a little bit different, and I want to go ahead and get started on them right now. Now, if we're going to play this, you're going to have to, well, you don't have to know the name of the chords, but it's not bad if you do. We're basically doing variations of G, D, and E. But let's go ahead and play that first chord. Now, you may, if you wanted to, you could play these chords as power chords. It wouldn't sound exactly the same, but I know I have a lot of beginners, so it's not a bad idea to show you the power chords and let you play them that way if you wanted to. So if you wanted to, you could play the power chords. I'm just going to run through this very quickly because I want to show the other chords more in depth. But if you wanted to, the first chord could be 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret on the A string. Oh, turn my sound back up. The second chord depends on your level. If you can make the stretch, keep your 3rd finger where it's at on the 5th fret on the A string, and move your 1st finger down to the 2nd fret on the E string. Play that chord twice. If you can't manage that, then an F sharp will actually sound okay there. It doesn't sound great, but you can play 2nd fret on the E string and 4th fret on the A string. Okay? And then your last chord is just open on the E string, 2nd on the A string. Okay? Now, those 3 chords can work, but the way I'd like you to play it, this is closer to the way they actually are going to play it, is going to be this. Now, I like to use a G5th chord a lot, not the power chord, but the full chord across the neck, but it's still a G5th chord. Now, what I'm doing is I've got my 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, okay, the thick E string. I'm muting the A string, and I've got open on the the D string and the G string. Now, for the intro purposes, that's all we're going to play. I've got these other 2 fingers there, but that's just out of habit. I don't actually need those for the intro yet. So for this first chord, you're going to play the E string all the way through the G string. And the only point I need to stress about that is you're not actually playing the A string because it's muted. Okay? So it's 3rd fret, muted, open, and open. Okay? So you're going to play that chord once. Okay? Those 3 notes are what should be coming out. After that, you're going to go to your 2nd chord. Now, what you're basically doing here is it's going to be 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the A string. Okay, that's your highest note up the neck. Now your middle finger is going to be playing 4th fret on the D string. That's the 4th string from the bottom. Okay? And our 1st finger is going to stretch down here to the 2nd fret to play a 2nd fret on the E string to play that note. Okay? So starting at the E string, it's 2nd fret, the A string is 5th fret, and the D string is 4th fret. Okay? Now we're going to play this chord twice and then mute it right afterwards. Okay? And I forgot to mention that about the first chord. You actually mute that one right after you play it too. The way you're going to mute these chords is after you play them, you're going to touch the strings with your right hand immediately after you play them. Okay? And then that 2nd chord. And now the 3rd chord, this is just a power chord, so this is nothing real fancy about this one. You're just going to play open on the E string, and then I like to play 2nd fret on the A and the D string, okay, for that chord. And I do it just with my 1st finger. Okay, so my 1st finger is holding down the A string and the D string in the 2nd fret. Okay, and you play that chord once. Okay, so we've got our 3 chords now. now that the chords are out of the way, we're going to go to the single notes of the song, or of the intro. So what that is, you're pretty much just going to have to use your second and your first finger here. Okay? Let me concentrate my view a little more towards the bottom of the neck. There we go. Now, you're going to play, starting on the A string, you're going to play 3rd fret, and it's going to be a longer note, so you can vibrato that note if you're used to vibratoing. That's what that shaking motion is. Okay? And then you're going to play 2nd fret on the A string with your first finger. Okay? Then you're going to play those 2 notes 2 more times in a row, meaning you're going to play third. All of this is on the A string. You're going to go 3rd fret, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd. Okay? So after those 6 notes, then you're going to play 3rd fret on the E string, the thick E string. Then you're going to switch back to 3rd fret on the A string. Then open on the D string. This is the 4th string from the bottom. Then 2nd fret on the D string. Then open again on the D string. Now we're on the 3rd fret of the A string. Then 2nd fret on the A string. And then open on the A string. Now we're going to have a chord right after that, but I'm going to go through those notes again so you can memorize them. So, going through there slowly. Okay? And what you're going to do right here is hold down that G5 again and play that chord. Okay? Now, that's the end of the intro, but just to remind you, again, that's that G5 where I have 3rd fret with my first finger on the E string. I mute the A string. Then I have open on the D string, open on the G string, and with my 2nd and 3rd finger, with my 2nd finger, I'm playing 3rd fret on the B string, and I'm playing, with my 3rd finger, I'm playing 3rd fret on the E string, the skinny E string. Okay? And I strum all the way through it. Okay? And that's the end of the intro. So I hope you enjoyed the video lesson. If you like the way I teach, you can check out all my other videos at www.mikesguitarlessons.com. I'll have the other videos for this song, and I have hundreds of other videos too. Even if you don't sign up, you can just go there and check it out. I do have a few sample lessons there.